Welcome back to Smart Mouth Beauty. I am Heather and this is my sister Holly, and today we are going to talk about blush. Or as Grandma used to call it, rouge.
Oh, it was rouge.
It was rouge.
What happened to rouge?
Or no, unlike Scarlett O'Hara.
Pinch,
like
pinch,
just,
pinch,
okay.
pinch.
Anyway,
Okay.
That's not what we're here for. We're going to talk about powder blushes versus cream blushes. When to use, when not to use, how to use, and why you use them. And I'm going to let you go first.
Okay. When we talk about blushes, I guess I'm already like on the powder blush bandwagon. I like powder blush, but I'm a powder girl. And I usually find myself reaching for a powder blush more often. So I'm not really used to doing a lot of cream blushes, and I think that's really interesting to point out depending on your skin type. So I'm more normal skin type to dry, and I think you're a lot more dry than I am. And I think that really has something to say in regards to cream versus powder blush. So for me, because I like a powdery finish, I usually do a powder blush. But I think if someone wants to do something for an intensity, you can also layer them. Have you ever tried that?
Well, I have to layer, I think, because to me, even though I have dry skin, I have found that cream blushes don't have the same longevity.
Right.
And so if I'm going to use a cream blush, then I will dust it over or set it with a powder blush.
Exactly.
Is there a rule of thumb with, I know we've talked about that we have, generally speaking, dry skin. Is there a rule of thumb like for more mature skin? Should like maybe someone with more mature skin lean towards a cream or not, or is it personal preference?
Probably. The drier your skin is, the less powder you want to put on it. I think powder for aging skin can settle into fine lines. So your sequence should be, a moisturizer, sunscreen. Then you can start with a primer if you do that, and then your foundation, and then you should go in with your cream contour and your cream blush. If you feel like you need to set it, if you don't like a dewy look, then you could go back in with setting powder or a powder blush to kind of layer that on like you said. But the more mature skin that you have, the more softening, dewier appearance will be. Does that make sense?
Right.
So
yeah.
a cream
will just sit prettier.
I think
they have a prettier finish.
I think it will.
Well, I've got two different cream blushes that I've used. This one comes in like a stick format. It's by Clinique.
That's a big chubby.
It is. It's called
chubby.
Plumped Up Peony.
Oh, it's pretty.
04 Plumped Up Peony, and it just like you turn it up and you use it. And
I might have the dupe for that.
Oh, really?
That is so weird. So that one's Clinique. This one is Maybelline, the Master Glaze. And this one is Make a Mauve.
Ooh, Make a Mauve. Excuse us.
Okay. Mine's a little
not
bit
exactly.
more purpley.
This is... This one's the Clinique and this one is the Maybelline. So it's not exactly. But I have found that I would not use this chubby stick and go like right in on my face.
Yes. Okay.
Like, I think it would be... you're going to end up with looking like that.
Nobody wants a stripy face.
Nobody wants a stripy face. And then it's going to take you forever to blend that out. Anyway, so what I have done with this...
That is pretty blendable, though. Oh. That one didn't go as well. Okay. Okay. So what do you do?
Okay. So I usually take my ring finger on my right hand and I do this and I go in and do not wipe. Because if you wipe this with cream blushes, you've just taken off your makeup. Like you've just taken off your foundation.
Yes.
So you have to be really careful. And again, we'll back up for a second. Once you've put on your foundation and any concealer or corrector that you want to use, this will go on before you set your makeup.
Yes.
So do all your creams first before you go in with a powder, or you're really just baking a cake on your face.
Well, and this won't really wear well over a powder.
It wouldn't wear well over a powder.
It would be blotchy and
right.
And
well, so I use my ring finger and I go in and I dab dab, dab. Less is more, and dab. You can always add more, but girl, it's hard to take it off.
It's hard to take it off because you're going to be going
Right.
all the way back down through your foundation.
Right. So dab, don't wipe, because you're going to take your foundation off, and that's the way I do it. So I have this one, and then I would probably top this one with my Lancome. What is the name of that? Shimmer Pink Pool, which I've talked about before, and I would go just lightly go over this
With your
with the
blush brush.
powder blush, with the blush brush, right. The other cream one I have is NYX. What color is called Tickled.
Oh, no.
I like to be tickled. And this one is got kind of well, it doesn't have kind of. It's got a peachy and like a shimmer to it, kind of. Not in a bad way. This would be beautiful if you have a tan.
Or just on a Sunday. Like, no, like a makeup-free day, but you're wearing makeup, but you're not, like, glamour makeup, but you're wearing makeup, but you're not, like on a Sunday. Where you just want to, like...
Okay, well, you do you. Okay, anyway.
That's really great, though. I like
it is really pretty. This is a little bit more sheer, but it's buildable.
Right. I don't think it's enough.
And honestly, I would go in with this one, too, and cover it with this one. I just really, really like this Lancome, the Shimmer Pink.
Yeah, yeah.
But I also like, you could go over this, since this is shimmery, and this is kind of shimmery, so you don't want to go too crazy. You can go in with more of a matte blush, like this one I've clearly hit pan. This is Thankful by Tarte.
Yes.
This is one of the Amazonian
those
clay.
two together.
Right. Which would be
those
really
two
pretty.
together.
You can do either one.
love
So I mean,
it.
that's what I do. And I mean, so you're putting on 2 blushes, and you're layering, you do that. And to me, it's not an everyday practical thing. So I seldom use a cream blush. I think it's pretty in the summertime. This one definitely, when you have a little bit of a tan or you want like a pretty glow. But generally speaking, I don't really use a cream one.
But doubling up, does that give you longevity?
It does give me longevity. It's also, you're also adding a step into your daily
Adding
routine,
a layer.
and you're adding a
I'm
layer.
just kind of wondering, as we're going into summer, if we're outside glistening,
Sure, the glisten, because we don't sweat.
Southern girls glisten, if that would help kind of keep it. But I've never really had, because I have dry skin, I've never really had a problem with my blush not showing up or lasting all day.
Right, but you put on a lot of makeup.
Oh, I do.
Okay, so show me again. All right, so you've got your Maybelline stick, and that was this one.
No,
This one? It was this
the
one.
one
Sorry.
that has a little bit more plum.
Show me what you would layer over this.
Okay, it's the Milani Baked Blush in the color Dolce Pink, and it has a lot of shimmer to it.
Do you need a swatchy next to it, like right there?
Actually, I'm going to layer some of that over that. Actually, it's really not swatching very well. It's really subtle, but I love
pretty,
this
though.
one with it.
It's really pretty. And I have noticed with the Milani, the baked blushes, because I've got 2 of them. I didn't bring them with me today, but I have 2 or 3. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. A little goes a long way.
Yes.
Less is more.
And
you
it's
can always
buildable,
add
though.
to it. It's buildable.
Right.
So,
Especially with
yes.
this as a base. So if I
Yeah.
want to intensify a light pink blush, there's a really light pink blush that I like from MAC. I wonder what that's called. Anyway, but to give it some more intensity and depth, you can definitely reach for the cream, but I'm like you, it is not something that I do. I'm not a cream blush girl. Somebody
Right.
had kind of requested us to talk a little bit about this, and I think we've just decided we're both powder blush girls.
I mean, I think it's just faster to me. It's faster to me to pick this
Swish,
up, or to
swish,
pick
swish,
up this Tarte one,
Swish, swish.
and swish, and you're finished, and you're done, and it's got longevity, and it looks nice. So I mean, I think it's personal preference, truthfully. And so, what do you think? I mean, do you use like cream blush, or do you use powder, or do you use both, and why?
You know what I was just
to
thinking
know.
though? What if you bounced this on with your beauty blender? Because
You
remember
could.
you did this tapping motion, and I'm kind of wondering if a damp beauty blender would help also.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, definitely, because like this one especially would be easy to get your beauty blender. Your beauty blender.
Okay.
Okay. We can't get off on a laugh tangent. But anyway, would definitely be easy to do.
I think that would be something to try.
I mean, and this one would be too, but I just, even though I appreciate the stick, but I would not be like,
Right. Why is this in this form? I think I would like it in this form. So that you
Yeah,
can
and this honestly is creamier. The formula is creamier than
Yeah.
this one, but you know,
So
that's okay.
we've kind of hit on a couple of different ones to try, and I think it's worth a try. It just depends on your skin texture and dry versus oily versus normal. I'm not sure if an oily skin person would want a lot of cream-based products.
I've watched a few YouTubers that I know, they've expressed that they are oily, and I think generally speaking they stay away from it, or they most certainly have to set it with a powdered blush, right? Because it'll move on them.
So I think when in doubt, at least buy a powder. If you want something to layer, you could try the cream, but I think powder wins.
Yeah, I think powder wins. What do you think? Let us know down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts
And suggestions.
So take care. It was good to see you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Nice beauty blender
The
catch
beauty
there.
blender.
And we cannot do
Talk.
that.
Like, we can't talk. Like, I think we have like some kind of speech impediment.
Oh, you think?
Yeah. We used to hang out when Survivor first came on.
I love
the first
Survivor.
season, and he was like, "I'm gonna go on Survivor to lose weight." Like, he thought of that as like a diet program. But
Right.
yeah,
And it would be.
totally.
Yeah.